I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation. I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown.
Hello, you're welcome back to class, and my name is Ashraf, and you'll be wondering, what have I just seen? The last time we were in class, I told you guys to take a challenge, record something, and today, while cycling in the morning in the lockdown, which probably the governor might find out, I just thought, why can't I just do something like that? I have a clip here about a lady giving something to another lady. So I'm just gonna use this video. I think by now you know what's going on. I'm gonna merge it with the other one that I had with the ladies giving something to the other, and we are gonna make something a sense out of that. I am going to call it COVID apocalypse. So let's get into it, like right now. So the first thing you're supposed to do as a YouTube channel is to make sure you are playing an awesome intro. I'm going back there and I'm throwing that intro back on our face. Whoa, awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to start a new project from here. Okay, I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to name it class 4 because this is our fourth video. Then and class 4 has been created for us. On our timeline, we still have the intro here still there. So I think that's another difference between 2018, the new interface compared to the old interface. So I have a folder here where I kept all the stuff. I'm just gonna copy everything. This is no more useful, and put it here. Now this is still there, and I don't want to work on this timeline. So I'm just going to create a new timeline from sequence. I think you saw how that one went. I'm going to click OK, and we are going to have a new sequence. So now my first video is this one, which my mouth is wide open. I'm going to drag it down here, and it's going to ask me, because as you can see, this is a 4:3 sequence. It's not big enough, so I am going to change the sequence setting to match the video that I'm bringing in. Oh, that's such a big mouth there. Right, so now the next thing I am going to do is to listen to the clip that I have here. So now
I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation. I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown.
Now after that red gown, I want the video of the lady in red to be playing along my voice. So that means my voice will be under, and you will still be hearing, you will still be watching, you will still be seeing the video of the lady coming in. I can come here in my preview and look at this icon here and this one. Then it's telling me that I can drag only the video, or I drag only the audio. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drag only the video. So now, immediately when I'm saying,
oh my God, red gown. I repeat, a red gown.
So that's I'm going to cut this video. I'm going to shift it backward, so that I'm going to make sure the red gown is there. Now look at this. Now this sequence is based on the video I brought in from my cycling, and this other video is small compared to it. I don't even know what's going on, because this is supposed to be a DSLR video. This cycling video is from a phone, so that's, I don't know. So remember what we did the last time. I am supposed to go for scale to frame, and this will fill my frame like that. So, and you can see her, she's coming. So now I want to pick the video from here where she's coming, and something I can do is to mark in the video here. So if I mark in the video here, I can pick just that part, you see. So it's going to pick just this part of it, and it's going to cut away this other part which she's not in the frame. So I'm going to pick the video, I'm going to bring it here. So I want to adjust this. Okay,
A red gown.
okay, so that's the lady in red gown, and the video is not filling up the frame, so I'm gonna make it fill up the frame. So the lady in red gown is moving.
Oh my God, I'm running away from the pandemic.
I want to move this back a little, so this will be around here. Now before I move on, I want to make this awesome music background and put it just under the clip. Now when I put that just under the clip, now let me zoom in and let us see what's going on here. Now you see this space, what does that mean? That means that the audio here is silent, so there is no sound on it. The sound continues from here, it's exponentially move up here. So I'm gonna put that below. You can actually put it anywhere. So what matters is that they are playing simultaneously. So
I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation.
now what's the problem? You notice here the background is getting almost louder than the foreground, I mean the sound. So now how do you correct that? Now look at the channel that this A2 where the audio is taking. I can actually move this down. When you move this down enough, you are going to notice a line here, and that line is the volume. Now it's hidden. Now if it is normal like this, you're not going to see it, but if you extend it, you are going to see that. So what I will do is that you can drag that down. Don't forget that dragging is what we do here mostly. So when you play back,
predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of
I
weeks
still
in the
find it very
nation.
loud.
I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown.
So when I am talking about she's only going to smile, she cannot talk, so don't try to talk to her. I want the video of her in there. So now I'm going to use the same style I used the other time. I'm going to copy only the video. So this is going to drag only the video, and it's going to put it on top of this. So now I'm going to let this fill up. Now what do you notice here? You see a picture in picture here. So that means now if you want to do a picture in picture, it's as simple as this. Don't forget the hierarchy matters. Now a video that is on top will always be the one that is in front here. So I'm just going to scale to frame so that you can have that.
She's only gonna smile. She cannot talk, so don't try to talk to her. So I'm going to send her,
So the lady in blue,
and you are going to take the kid, and you are going to stay safe, and be on the lockdown. Right?
now whatever I'm saying here, I can hardly hear myself out. I'm just gonna cut those parts out that is just very noisy. I think the hair is coming into the mic, so I'm gonna cut those parts out, and I'm gonna leave the part that is more audible.
I will see you. Please stay safe.
So I want to just put, please stay safe. So around this place, I think that's where I said please stay safe. Let me play it over again so we can.
Please stay safe.
So I need the second please. So let me just cut from the second please there. I'm going back and see what makes sense there.
I will see you.
Okay, so I will see you is the last time I heard myself clearly.
I will see you.
I'm gonna cut that part off. And now this whole place that is highlighted ash, it's an ash word, that's my word. I am gonna delete that by highlighting what I want to delete. I just press delete. I see a lot of beginners, anytime they use the razor, they don't go back with the selection tool that is here. So when they pick the razor here, it's like holding a blade when you are trying to make your clothes. There's a part you hold needle, there's a part you hold the razor. So you just make sure when you are done with your razor, you leave the razor and go back to selection to do most of the work by selecting your clip. So if I don't pick this selection tool, I won't be able to pick on this. That's one. Number two is that you have to, this is like a rope, huh? You want to cut the bad part of the rope out. Yeah, don't worry about the knife. I'm just using it to make I'm taking orange. So so now let's say this is your timeline and this part of the video is bad, so you cut the beginning and you cut the end. So if it doesn't work, if you don't do it like that, it's not gonna work. So that's how it is. It's not that I cut and I tried deleting and everything go away. So let's go back to our scene. I already cut this part out. It has been selected and I delete by pressing delete. Then I move this and join them together. So I'm playing back, see what we've got.
I will see you. Please stay safe. And have fun at home.
So I like this song that is just going at the background. So see, what I do mostly is that at the end of a song, there's always this dramatic closing. So I am very sure if I cut the audio here, I won't get the dramatic closing. So I want to go and get the dramatic closing at the end. I need it to be more dramatic than that. So I am going to drag this. The silent part is going to be under stay safe, and I need to use this other hand here for something else. So let's watch that again.
And you're going to take the lead, and you're going to stay safe and be on the lockdown. I will see you. Please stay safe.
Nice. We need to look at how to add transitions, then how to put effects on your work, and those are the two things. I think we were supposed to discuss about effect control. Before I add the effects, I want to do my text. Over here, I am going to type COVID apocalypse. Now I am coming to my type tool here. So I am coming to the scene. The name is going to be capital letter COVID apocalypse. I don't know if I get the spelling right. Now that thing you have to be careful about is making sure that your texts are centralized. At the beginning of these classes, I spoke about framing. Yeah, framing. That making sure your things are at the right position on your screen. You might not have this line on your software. I activated this line because I need to set my elements to set them very well. Now, if you look at this COVID apocalypse, there is dots at the middle, there is dot at the edge, there is dot at the middle on the side also. So what I'm doing is that this line here is pointing directly to this middle here, and the middle of this to the middle of that, and the middle of this to the middle of that. So I'm assured that just by mere looking at this, my text is at the middle. Now if you want to activate this line here, which is here, see it's no more there, now it's here. So you look at this button here, press it plus, then you are going for save margin, then you are going to drag save margin down to these other icons here. There are other things that are there that are just nice. I like this part thing also. This make you snap the picture of what is on your frame and save it to your computer. So we don't need that now. So now I have COVID apocalypse. Now I want this COVID to be in red, or let me make this apocalypse be in red and COVID white. So now next place we are going to go is the effect control, which is over here. Then I go to effect control. The effect control should be here. Yeah, your effect control have to be here. If you are not getting your effect control, you go to Windows, then you make sure your effect control is ticked, or you press F4. So now we have the effect control. When I get to effect control, there are a lot of things here. We have position and scaling. Now this is an important part of this software. The position and scaling allow you to move your elements. This is left or right. So I'm just scrubbing on this by dragging the numbers to the left and right. If you come on this, you can just drag left and right. Just come on it and drag left and right, or you can click on it and type in your what will I call that? Since you are dealing with positioning, then I can just call it position. So you can type where you want it to be on your screen there. So it's important. And here also we have the scale that can make anything on your frame over here big or small. So I like my text to be just intact the way I type them. I don't like scaling over here, or else it's very important. So when I go way down, oh, we also have rotation for when you need to rotate, and we have opacity. Opacity is the transparency. So I don't know why Adobe keep this clicked on as default. You have to click off this, then you can make something come up in transparency or go down in transparency. So we are not yet where we are going now. This is where we are going. This is text COVID apocalypse. So now this is where we do our rearrangements. I can change the icon, sorry, the font of my text over here. So I think I have a lot of fonts. We might not have time for me to look for fonts that look so crazy here. Let me use this one. Oh, it's not looking very nice. So I am going to go back here, double click, and by double clicking automatically it highlights it. So I am going to highlight apocalypse. Now if that is not working for you, that means you have to go back to your text button, which is down here, and I click on it, then do that to your text. So I am going to click the fill here. Fill means you want to paint something. I am going to make this red. I'm going to click OK, and it's already red. So I am going to make it bold so that the apocalypse can come out. Since it's now red, and red is on top of black, that might not show very well. So I come to regular here, click down, then I get my bold, bold condensed. I have bold here that is not condensed. So if I click back my selection tool, you have your COVID apocalypse as white and red. So now the next thing I want to do is to put a transition on this, and the best transition for this is going to be zoom. Now, where do you get your transition? If you come to effects here, you go to effects, then this is where you get your all your effects and your transitions. So now we have audio transitions, we have don't forget over here at audio transitions, what is more important to you is crossfade. Now if something is playing and you just don't stop it promptly like that, you make them fade out. So with these three used, you can fade out your audio. So that's kind of professional. If you don't, unless if the situation call for you not fading out, then most of the time you fade out your work when you're done. So, and we have audio video transition. There are lots of video transitions. See, these are folders. When I click down the arrow, you are going to see the transitions in there. As you can see, that's the icon for transition. So over here, and now there are a lot of things here. I'm going for zoom. I know here what I'm looking for is I think if you just use the software more often, then you know what you are looking for is. Now I am going to drag this. It's all about dragging. That I'm going to drag it. I'm dragging, and the transition come at the edge of your elements on the timeline, at the edge. So if you're going to put this on top of this, it's not going to work until you put it at the edge. Now this is between two videos. It can be between two joined videos. If I put it down, then you see that it's already connecting the two videos, but I am not trying to do that. So I bring this zoom in here, and now if I play this, so it's supposed, it has fixed itself. Nice. So now let me extend this, make it longer. Now you can remove your transition by clicking on the transition. Now you are clicking on the element now. Now when you click on the transition, it's another ball game. As a matter of fact, your effect control will change here, which you can do some other settings here, which we are not covering in the basics. So now if you click on this, you can delete your effect. Now I'm gonna put the effect on the two elements together. Now one will go out and another will come in. What is misbehaving again? I don't know. Well, I think every time I play this, I have a feeling that the so now we have that. Looks nice, right?
Please stay safe.
Now that is that about that.
So
now let's talk about effect. Effect is a little bit different. While your transition is going to be at the beginning of your element, effect will be on top of the element. So you are dragging your transition at the edge of this over here, but your effect will be on top of the element. Now if you want your effect not to be used for all your clips on the timeline, you just make sure the parts you want it to be, you cut them out. Then when you cut them out, you place them just where you want them to be. Before we go to the effects, I still have this feeling that my background sound is still very loud. So now this line might not be adequate for you. The level of loudness here, the volume is still very loud. So now if you click on this and go to your audio clip, which is in front of this, then you can even work more on this. Now let's play that.
Red gown. I repeat.
Under, you see A2 here, and this is A2. So I'm gonna drop down this. I'm gonna drop down this more. Okay, so you can see
I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation. I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown.
now at the end of this, since I'm done talking, I want this to be louder here. So now I cut it off the other part of this, and now let's play
I will
that.
see you. Please stay safe.
At the beginning of this, I think I have a feeling that this should have an intro. So now I am going to highlight everything that I have here. This is supposed to have intro, just like as outro. So I am going to shift this back. I have a space here. Now I'm going to create before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, I centralize it. Now I'm going to my effect control. I go down, and I'm seeing before the pandemic. So everything under this, they are going to be what I will adjust to have effect on this text here. So now I like Calibri as a font, so I'm gonna look for Calibri. Calibri Broad. I would prefer regular Calibri. So I centralize my text and make it a little bit smaller. I like it that way. So I centralize it. Then for more artistic effect, I want it to be longer. I want the text to be separated and still, yep, that's cool. Now let me play this. For how many seconds this is? This is going for just 21 seconds. Now I want this to go for 4 seconds. So now you can click at you can also click at empty space in your timeline to delete space. So this is what I'm doing now. I click on this empty space, then I delete. So that's another way of getting your video tight. So if I press Ctrl Z and I can't do that, see what I have to do. I have to highlight all my videos, then I have to move them back. So it is faster sometimes to use that style. So now I want to add effect to, transition to that part, to the text, the intro text. So I am going for audio transition. I like to use this dissolve, and I have cross dissolve. I put it at the beginning, so I think that's enough. So
I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation. I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown. Oh my God. I'm running away from the pandemic. And I'm cycling.
now let's talk about the effects. Now if you want to use any effects, I've been thinking of the effect I can use on this video that can make something even more interesting, but I have not come up with any. So because we are still going to adjust the brightness of this video here, that I have a feeling that it's too bright and it's not colorful, so I am going to adjust that. So let's say this brightness is here. Okay, so we have brightness here. So if I drag brightness on this, now it's telling me plus. You can see a little two dots there. That is plus you're looking at. So if I drag this on it, there's nothing happening until you come to effect control here. Then you are going to find brightness and contrast. So I am taking down the brightness, I am increasing the contrast. So when I do that, you can see the contrast allow the colors to come out more. So
I repeat.
So I want to do the same thing for the other video here. I just drag it here. If you don't drag it here, you won't get it. It won't come up on your effect control. So I have done that. I think this is okay. If I give it a little bit of contrast, then you have more colors on it. Okay. So I want to go back, then take this brightness even down. Okay. So, and I want to do the same thing for when I was cycling. I have a feeling that so much it's too bright. So I take the brightness down. I don't like how the brightness is reacting on this. So I'll just give a little bit of contrast. Just a little bit. In fact, I don't think it needs any contrast. So now, okay, there's another part of this that we have to look at, and that is the effects tab. Now, beyond the effect that you have at this side of the system, yeah, I think I'm pointing to it now. At this side of the system that I shown you, of the interface that I shown you, then what is the essence of the other tabs on top of the software? So we are going to look at that now. We are going to see why we have them here. Now if you come to effect here, which is going to load in a couple of seconds. Now see, that is what I'm talking about. Over here you see that the interface has changed. Now we don't have the preview tab here anymore. Then we have the preview for the timeline here. It's been centralized. Then at this side we have the effect list. Now what does that mean? Simply, this means that we can even work more on the effect. And then essential graphic, essential sound, lumetric, color. So this is where you adjust all your colors, and it's fun working here. So if you want to adjust your color, you can see temperature, tone, exposure, contrast, highlights. So if I want to work more on this, make it look more professional, I'll come here and do some of the magic. So I have a feeling that is more than basic. So I'm gonna skip back to editing and move on from there. So when we skip back to editing, the next thing now is we are done with our video, and now I am going to render this. Render means that we want to make it into a video, something you can send to your phone and share. So now I am going to delete every other thing on my timeline. I actually don't need to if I am going to mark in and out. So how do you mark in and out? If your cursor is here at the beginning and you mark in and you go to the last place you want to render. So this means that the computer is going to render this part alone. So every other thing on your timeline, they will be ignored. So now I am going to file, and I'm going to export, then media. Let's wait for that to load up. Okay, so we have it here. Now the format of your export. Now if you click down here, you are going to see different formats. Now I can continue, go on and on telling you these formats, why they are different, blah 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 blah, or I can just tell you the best format that I render in. This H.264 is awesome. It's going to give you just what you have on your timeline. It's not going to lose quality much. In fact, it doesn't lose quality. Let me just put it that way. So, and it's an MP4. So that means that when you are done with it, it's not going to have this massive output that other formats might want to give you. It's going to have considerable cool size, and is also going to be clear and work on your phone right away. I mean, you can just send it to anybody and you start watching it. You don't need to compare, because most of the time when Premiere is done, the output is always massive, and you have to compress them. So we might be talking about compression later, but not for today. So now, another problem that people used to face here is when they press render or export, which is here, and they don't know where the video is. Now, if you look at this output and look at the address that is being given, this is documents. So this whole thing is going to go to my documents. And if I click on this sequence 01, which is the computer idea of giving me a name, I am going to change it to COVID Apple. So that's, I'm too lazy to spell apocalypse. So I just gonna click export, and I'll wait until it's done. Rendering do take some time. Whoa. So don't be alarmed if your rendering is slow. Rendering is one of the reasons why we buy expensive systems. So now our rendering is done. Let's see what we've achieved.
I am predicting that there will be a pandemic in a couple of weeks in the nation. I am going to send a lady to you. She's wearing a red gown. I repeat, a red gown. Oh my God. I'm running away from the pandemic. And I'm cycling. See that? I am going to another country. So she's only gonna smile. She cannot talk, so don't try to talk to her. So I'm going to send her, and you are going to take the kids, and you are going to stay safe and be on the lockdown. I will see you. Please stay safe.
All right, so thank you for being around today. Make sure you do something with this, and when you do something with this, you can buzz me up on WhatsApp. Let me see what you've done, and if you have any problem, we can just solve it. And if you're gonna put it on Instagram, my Instagram is @ashnimator. So I want to see what you've done. I want to critique it, if to add to it, and I don't know if it can get even more awesome. So stay safe, don't do drugs. Bye.
And have fun at home, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, where I'll be teaching you how to manipulate Adobe Premiere. Your brother Ash.